Welcome black. LiveThatSINY, your host, y'all dreads. We back with another banger, y'all. In the house, we got, yes,
Preme.
just my brother.
Glad to be here, Ja.
All right. Long time in the making, you know what I'm saying? Not as long as Jay. I waited for a long time for Jay to get here, but it's been a couple of weeks since we planned to bring you here, and things didn't turn out last week, so we back here this week, and we're gonna make it happen now.
We're going to make it happen. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right.
So let's go.
Right. So how about you give them a little introduction of who you are, everything about you they need to know, basically.
Right, my name is Preme. Originally from Forster Projects in Harlem. That's 115th, between Lenox and Fifth Avenue. Raised in Bed-Stuy, so, I claim Harlem and Brooklyn, pretty much. Most people don't do that, but I lived in Harlem half of my life, then the other half I was raised in Bed-Stuy. My mom's is from Harlem, my father's from Brooklyn, so I was back and forth. So I represent Harlem and Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy.
All right. And you're an artist, you got music going on.
Yeah, and I have music going on. I'm an artist, pretty much. I do independent. I make music more or less about survival. Mine's is more about survival and making it. Not really too much with I got this, I got that. I like to talk about survival in my story, like avoiding real jail time, and just growing up. Different gangs and making it.
Right. And how did you get in, what inspired you to get into music from the get-go? What was your inspiration?
What you mean, inspiration, but as far as hip hop or people I was around? I'm gonna tell you both. I think growing up, I heard it was Rakim, LL Cool J, Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane, Rob Bass. Those caught my ears at first, and then I'm from the area like Biggie.
Right.
But as far as me knowing people, I got inspired by people from the hood I was in, the Bed-Stuy. I got to give a shout out to Stan the Man, and he's still doing his thing, producing for people, because he had a group. My cousin Nature was a part of it, and it was Shy and Manny, and they used to go to Stan crib and make tracks. No disrespect if I left anybody out, but I got to give a shout out to Stan the Man, Manny, Shy, and my cousin Nature, and Rick Stodum too. So those was like people that inspired me, that I knew when I was around. They was doing it. My friend Rick Stodum, he used to make beats. We used to do videos.
Right.
That was like before Smack DVD. So I always was into the camera. Like I was a kid then, like a teenager, Like I say about 13 years old. So he used to have the camera. We used to make videos. He'd make beats. I don't know how he made the beats on the cassette tape. He'd make beats out of anything. So that's pretty much who inspired me that I was around.
All right. And you mentioned Bed-Stuy for a couple of times. Where exactly in the style are you talking about?
I grew up on Quincy and Franklin. Quincy and Franklin Ave.
All right.
Quincy between Franklin and Clawson.
All right.
We had Lafayette Gardens right there.
Oh, LG.
Gates Avenue.
All right.
Grew up in that area pretty much.
I'm trying to picture it right now because I'm from Brooklyn also, and they used to consider my area Bed-Stuy, and then they decided it was
Bushwick.
Yeah.
Was that part, the borderline?
Yeah, right.
So you might have been. I think Broadway.
Right.
I could be wrong. They say when you cross Broadway,
right,
you
exactly.
In
right. And then they changed it to East Williamsburg. So, exactly. I grew up. See where you was at. I grew up a little bit further down by Warhol Hospital area over there.
Warhol. I think that's the borderline for what I know.
Right, where
So
Marcy,
you-
Tompkins,
Yeah.
everything. I grew up in those areas. So,
So if you, I think because when you cross that Broadway, then you in Bushwick. But
Right.
you right there. That's like
Right, right.
Bed-Stuy, Bushwick.
but then when you go up Bushwick Avenue, like towards Grand Street, is Williamsburg. Williamsburg Projects,
know
and before you get to
Williamsburg, but,
Cooper, you know
yeah,
what I'm
I know
saying?
Williamsburg, though.
All right, where Eastern District is at on Grand.
Yeah.
All right, so,
Yeah, I know what Houston District.
all right, all right.
That's what the G or the L train, Lawnmower or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Or
L
Grand
train.
Street?
Grand Street, L
Yeah,
train.
yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah. I know. I'm familiar with that area. But yeah, Bed-Stuy.
Right. So, that Biggie inspired you because I grew up in that same era that you grew up, and music was totally different in comparison to the music that we listen to now. You know,
Yeah.
some people say that was like the end of the best music. You know what I'm saying? The good music.
Yeah, I actually question myself, cause I'd be like, you know, you get older, you don't want to be no hater to the new music, but as far as the new music, like, you got to go underground to hear new music. But I like J. Cole as
Right.
a young artist.
Right, right.
That's out now. Like, I don't really listen to that kind of stuff, you know.
I think I complained about the drill music here enough that they're not using that same one drill beat because they was all using the same one drill beat. And when I watched 50 Years of Hip Hop last year, I said, oh, everybody came out there, everybody had their own style. Let's see when 50 more years come, is everybody gonna just come out there on that one beat and rhyme?
I agree. I think back coming up, everybody was their own character. You know, everybody was different. Like, everybody wanted to be different. Now it's like, you know, it kind of sounds the same beat.
Right.
As far as with the drill.
But it was the music because it's not like they threaten you like, you better listen to my music. You know what I'm saying? This killer music. It's just that everybody came with that sound that, okay, we going to the parties, we at the block parties, we in the club, you know what I'm saying? You can't stop yourself from bopping to it or dancing to it, you know what I'm saying? And then the next one come on, and guess what? It's a whole different sound, you know. And the viewers at home, I'm talking about like Daz FX came out the same time as Lords of the Underground?
Lords of the Underground.
Right, and they had like similar styles, but they was totally different. You know what I'm saying?
It was, I guess, with those two, Daz Effects was kind of dark, like they coming out the sewer or the train station or something like that.
Right.
But Lords of the Underground was too, but Daz Effects had the fast style. So I think back then everybody had their own style.
They did.
And it was epic because nobody wanted to sound like each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if they did, then they was on your side, like meaning like a part of your
Right, they
your
crew.
team.
Right, and then
It's
they
part of
even
your-
still didn't sound too much alike because Daz FX was with Redman, EPMD, you know what I'm saying? What's the other guy? I can't even think of his name.
What, Keith Murray? What?
No, it was a light-skinned guy. I can't think of his Craig. Was it Craig?
Craig Mack?
No, not Craig Mack. Yeah, I can't think of his name. But then
Come back.
we had like Brand Nubians came
Yeah.
out there and they taught the 5% lessons. They you know what I'm saying?
I can't, not to cut you off, you making me think too. Public Enemy. I gave a shout out for them. I think they was big more like uptown though.
Right, but
I remember seeing them on block parties. Mind you, I'm a kid, but it was heavy with the medallions on, so it was a lot of unity with it. I couldn't forget the Public Enemy.
Right.
They was more uptown where the block parties would be like by WBLS, and I remember that. I'm talking about as a kid now. Now I'm young, like, you know what I mean? I'm about 8, 9, seeing that.
Right. Then remember we had NWA come almost the same time, but just from a different coast. And it wasn't really like the same stuff they was talking about we can relate to.
Yeah.
So we can relate more to that music is basically.
They was kind of delivering though. Back then, I didn't really understand what they was doing. You feel me? I didn't
Right.
understand fight the power.
Right.
You gotta fight the power that be. As a child, it didn't really register until I got older.
Well, how about when they came out with 911 as a joke? Did you catch on that?
911 is a joke now. I understood it, but it's just like when you get older, you start looking into it more. 911 is a joke now. I remember that, but the messages was pretty good. But they stuck with me though.
Yeah. I mean, it was the era. If we can get that era back, it can probably change a couple of things that's going on, and a few of these situations that we've witnessed on a daily basis. Because even remember we used to wear the medallions and that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that gave us that higher feeling, like, okay, we are somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Even with the sisters, I remember that the medallions was heavy, certain hats, but the medallions was big. But even with some of the sisters, like they was heavy with that too. But now the game changed. You want to get a lot of implants being done.
Oh yeah, everything's fake, right? Everything's fake, and it's not good because they won't be able to live the life that we have lived because all of that fake stuff. I mean, once the silicone and stuff busts, that's it. You know what I'm saying? That stuff, right, is real deadly that they put in their body. And is when they say all natural, they say all natural for a reason, basically.
Yeah. Shout out to the females out there with the natural stuff. It's okay, to be in tune with yourself. I feel like we have what we need within ourselves, really. So doing certain things to chase who? To get attention from who?
Right. I mean, we brought up a lot of the male groups, but they had Queen Latifah, Moni Love, you know what I'm saying, MC Light, and they all had like positive messages for them.
I think back with the females, I think Queen Latifah stood out a lot. As far as like her messages and stuff, like I think she was good. Queen Latifah. What was I gonna say? Salt and Pepper.
But remember, we grew up with the record players and Roxanne, real Roxanne Shante, and real Roxanne and Roxanne Shante.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we grew up where, it wasn't.
It wasn't no social media.
Right. It was right.
It wasn't. And then another thing, it wasn't all about like money. It wasn't a hustle. It was like people was talking about stuff, but they was getting they point across, they message across more or whatever. I don't think then it was a hustle. I think it was more art back then than it is now. Now I think it's a lot of more money involved now.
Agendas, right? There's a lot of agendas going, and they're pushing messages that is not good, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I think somebody came up with a plan because I guess they was getting out of hand with the messages, so they had to switch it up or something.
It rolled like it rolls a wheel down the hill. So it started with the beef, different coast beef, and then it got to where we at now, where it's the killing people and going to their grave, and I seen somebody trying to dig up their grave. You know what I'm saying? And making videos. So.
Yeah, I think the energy, the frequency of the music it's like heavy metal, demonic. But they said it like it was a song too that stuck with me that we could move forward. Self-Destruction.
Oh yeah, that's the greatest song right there.
That song, it sticks with me to this day. And they had great message, but they was ahead of their time. They seen the direction of it. And that was a good song right there. I think it was a couple of rappers on there. Kool Moe D Nice, Dougie Fresh, but they was, and that's where it's at now.
I knew everybody part because we had the magazines, Word Up, and those magazines that would put the posters and print out their lyrics and everything. But even with that, remember, we also had a West Coast version, which was we all in the same gang.
Okay.
Right. So
yeah, the West Coast too. I think I wasn't at that. growing up, I was too in tune with the West, but you had Ice Cube, NWA, I remember them.
Easy.
Eazy-E.
Right.
Got to give a shout out to the West Coast too. Dre, Eazy-E, Ice Cube. But I think the West Coast, I have to go with, I think Ice Cube. That's who really got my attention growing up.
I remember he had the Jackin' for
was him
Beats.
first.
He had, right. He had some. Once he separated himself, he went hard. You know what I'm saying? He went real hard, and I didn't really, he was before like the G-Funk era. Because don't forget, the G-Funk era came.
A little before.
Right, no, a little after with Snoop, and because remember, Dr. Dre was on one thing, and then when he got with Snoop and Warren G and all of that, that's the G-Funk era.
Yeah, I was in tune to that. That was pretty good too. The Snoop Dogg era, Warren G, Dog Pound, that was good too. Pretty much, that was good, man.
So because we got to go back, the spotlight for you, Preme, you know what I'm saying? How do you avoid, you know what I'm saying, when you're making music, from making music that's trendy or what's in style now?
I think shout out to some of the drill people. I have a little brother, my younger brother, Quated Great. He's an artist too, and I would do a drill song or whatever like that, maybe a feature, but I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna smoke your dead mother and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I think at any age you could do any beat, but it's your message of what you're talking about,
Yeah, but it just takes away from the respect for, like, we always have respect for our elders. And with that music, it takes away the respect. It's like they want to say bro, yeah, like, bro, dude.
I just think, like, I would do any beat, a drill beat, but I'm gonna come at you in a mature way. Like, I'm not gonna stoop down to talking like I'm 17 or 16, I survived certain things, but I'm not on the streets. I don't want to be on the streets. Like, most of my people got killed on the streets.
Right.
Or dead or in jail or on drugs, strung out. You know what I mean? So I think we could make music at any age. You know what I'm saying? I think we should be able to do that, but it depends on what you're saying. You understand what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be on a superior level than somebody that's 16, 17.
Right.
That kind of part.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that younger generation think that once the older rappers get a certain age, they're not supposed to rap anymore.
I don't know where they made that up at. I think you could make music as long as you're alive. You should be able to make music.
Right.
But it depends on, like, what you're saying or what you're doing with your visions. I think music is music.
So do you
rap? They trying to clip it. I think for some reason, like, oh, you too old to be rapping. Like, I don't know where they get that from. Where do it come from? But I guess they look at it. I don't know. I don't really know. Like, where that come from? Like, you're not supposed to rap at a certain age. I think you can rap at any age. It depends on the messages that you're saying in it.
And I think it's more with the music industry de-aging, you understand what I'm saying? Because we grew up, we had the record players, okay? You probably had tons of records in your house that you could just go play and while you in the crib.
Yeah.
But then we had the boom boxes, and the radio played a big part of it also, because the song was in rotation, you know what I'm saying? Turn it up, that's my jam. And now we're more in the stage of the streaming stage, where you really basically on a phone or a computer something listening to music. You know what I'm saying? It's not in the atmosphere like how it used to be.
Yeah, the streaming. I got music streaming, but that game is just totally different. I think that's the machine game. I'm used to 42nd Street, buy a new CD, selling myself, and I'm thinking to go back with that and come out better.
Yeah, I mean,
Go on Broadway. I used to do that, like sell my own CD.
even for you and even for the customer, it's a physical, transaction. That you're getting the cash, they're getting something physical. I don't see what's the hype about the streams. You can't see these things. You can't, like, you delete it, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you have to show for your money, basically?
I think it's the machine working it for you than the physical. The physical is good because you could meet somebody and you physically meeting them and they actually getting a CD from me for a minute, so they will remember me or something like that. The streaming part, you never met these people or whatever like that. You could send a message,
That
stuff
too.
like that.
That too. But then,
You know?
say they bought that CD maybe 10 years ago, right? And then you blow up tomorrow. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That same CD is going to worth something. Okay? I don't think the streams go up in value
Yeah,
at all.
I think it's a machine cut with that, with the streams and stuff like that. I don't really know. They give you a percentage out your music. They take a percentage out your music.
Right.
You know?
I'm very confused how they go gold and all of that stuff through that there. You know what I'm saying? It's basically like digital currency, which we don't see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they say you got money, or they say the money is there. So it's real confusing, actually.
Yeah.
Something for these viewers to think about and do some research. Maybe you can come back and you can school us. You know?
Exactly with the streaming stuff. I don't, you know, it's like the machine get they cut and then you get a cut, but they doing you a favor because people could go to Spotify, let's say, and listen to your music or stuff like that. Pretty much.
Right, but the machines never get paid, period. It's like a robot. You pay for it one
Exactly.
time, right.
Yeah.
This is why they want to bring those things here.
Yeah.
Because they only got to pay to buy it. They don't have to pay it on salary. They don't have to
Yeah.
get health insurance for it. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Right,
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
right. They ain't calling and saying, can't make it to work today because it was partying for Labor Day weekend. You know, those type of situations, you know. Like I said, viewers, write in, school us, you know what I'm saying? Tell us about this magazine that, I hope I ain't blowing it up right here. But tell us a little bit about that venture and how did you get into that?
A little venue I did in the East Village. They liked my performance, so I was supposed to be in a magazine. Hopefully, I see the magazine. I could come up here, show it, talk about it more. So I wait till I get the results, but I don't think they lying. So they're supposed to be in this magazine. It's a hip hop upcoming artists on the Rise magazine, hip hop.
Right.
They had a couple of artists in it before. So on the 15th, September 15th,
Right.
I should have a copy of that.
All right, cool.
You know, so
That's coming up. That's coming up. See, usually they would contact you and show you the preview or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and get you to co-sign it, like you're okay with it or whatever.
yeah,
And
no,
then it comes out.
yeah, they had me write a bio and where I'm from and
That's very
Preme. So
important.
I'm when I see it, I'm gonna say, hey. But I got another show the 15th, and they supposed to give it to me when I go there. So I already went to them or whatever, performed. So I'm just seeing how it go.
How was that experience performing in that first show?
It was good. Shout out to my sister-in-law. She the one who put me in it or whatever like
What's her
that.
name?
Shout out to my sister-in-law, Mon Jazz.
Right.
Mon Jazz, she's an artist too. She brought me there or whatever. She told my lady. So that's my sister-in-law. So I went, I liked it, but so they seem like good people.
You're gonna do it again, so it was a
Yeah.
good experience.
Yeah.
What was the crowd like and the crowd reaction?
The crowd, they actually liked it or whatever, so like that. So they gave me the opportunity to come back, and they're gonna put me in the magazines. Shout out to Mon Jazz,
All right,
again.
all right. Cause you got a lot going on, and the more I get to know you, the more I find out. What made you decide to do like a New York anthem? Because I heard a New York song for you.
The New York song, New York, like with me, I'm a real New York artist, and I'm gonna put on for New York. I got love for all over, but I'm from New York, so I'm doing this for New York too, not just for myself. So I gotta rep New York City. That's where I'm from.
All right.
Not no beef or nothing like that. It's just that you gotta put on. You supposed to put on. You gotta put on for your city. So New York, New York. I'm from New York. I'm putting this for our city.
Right.
Other artists doing it or what? What are you doing?
And do you plan to like, because I heard you mention something about on the road, something not in New York that you got upcoming up.
Yeah, the same people. The 21st of September, I got a show in Atlanta.
All right.
You know, like I said, it's my girl's sister, so I'm with it. So she's with these people, so I know they cool. So I'm gonna see it's positive. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna come out the crib.
Have you ever been down there before?
I got a cousin down there, Cheese. He's down there, so I'm gonna get to see him. He lived not too far from the spot, so I make phone calls about things. I'm like, I got a show in Atlanta. Cheese like, man, I'm a few blocks away from there, so I'm gonna shoot out there for a day and come back, man. Just trying to stay creative. You know, I think and I like your shirt, the chains, man. I gotta give a shout out. I like that. I think we gotta stay creative. That you already do, but the more you be creative with yourself, it don't matter. It don't gotta be music. It could be painting. It could be you like doing construction work. You like boxing because that's when the depression come in. It's just my opinion. Like, try not to be depressed. Just get creative.
Right.
Our brains gotta always stay occupied. You know, when you're being creative, you'll be all right.
Right, and you get endorphins, and you know what I'm saying. You get good drugs. You know what I'm saying. Being on good drugs right there.
Good rest too.
Right, and good rest.
Good rest.
Right, and it just feels good to know that you created something, and that came from you. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
all the way around the board.
That's where I'm at now. Like, I'm resting up with my family, and other than that, I just gotta keep creating. You know what I'm saying? That's what our brain gotta stay functioning. Good rest too, exercise. That's good too.
Just taking care of yourself. See, but exercise is good, but you got to eat healthy also. You can't exercise and then put all the wrong things in your body.
That's true.
Right. So.
That's true. But yeah, that's true. But everybody's system is different. It's just like with cigarettes. Like, I cannot smoke cigarettes. I'm done with cigarettes. But I could go see my mother, and they people still smoking cigarettes. So you could be 90 years old. These people still smoking cigarettes.
It's a very hard addiction to beat because the nicotine is very addictive. But
it's not for me.
You have to remember a lot of our ancestors, that was like a staple of their lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether they was picking tobacco, whether they was smoking tobacco, you know what I'm saying? It was just a staple in their life. So some things are imprinted in your DNA and you just don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because everybody body account type, it could be different.
Right.
You know, some people be 90 years old, still drinking and smoking cigarettes, but that don't mean it could work. You could be 40 or 30 years old and have a stroke or anything.
Well, that's happening more than ever. And then after the P period, I don't want to say the word, a lot of younger folks started getting cancer more than they ever seen before. You understand what I'm saying? So
any age, man, different body accounts. You know, I think because a lot of younger people is getting sick now, and you know.
Right. But especially after the 2000 situation that we went to, with everybody was supposed to get the vaccines and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It caused a lot of health. It's a health crisis now.
All right.
Even we talked about the cigarettes, the alternative Right before that, you see they started putting in the vapes. Like vapes was so much better, and actually vapes was so much worse. You know what I'm saying?
Different strokes for different folks. I think I can't go by this person. Oh, they can smoke. They 90 still smoking cigarettes and they good, but that don't mean that's good for me.
Right, but then you have to also add in other factors. We live in a state, well, the city, because there's parts of the state where it's mountains and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
We live in a city where if you really look up in the air, you notice that on the news, when we was growing up, we never seen nothing about air quality. Now it's about air quality, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That stuff count too. Remember, we had smoke that came from Canada. I never witnessed this a day in my life until recently. That came across here, and we were smelling the smoke in the air in Canada.
I remember that. I don't know what that was. I remember that. I remember that was what, like last year or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was crazy. But
Right.
it's Twilight Zone, cause like my thing now they forced us to get vaccination, but now they letting all these people over here, they unvaccinated with nothing and giving them credit cards. That should tell people something.
Yeah, it should.
They letting all these people come after forcing everybody to take a vaccination. You can't do this and do that, and they let. I know it's millions of people, maybe billions. I could be wrong. I don't know the exact number, but no disrespect to some of them people over there. I'm just saying what our country do. They just let them come over here with nothing, without a vaccination. So
Right.
what was all of that forcing us to get a vaccination for, and then to go let all these other people come here with no nothing?
Right. I'm glad you said no nothing, because they didn't even have an ID coming over
Yeah.
here. So it's crazy. And that's the thing.
You picking and choosing, but you bullying us.
Right. That's the thing with people. Don't worry about who you're going to speak with. Don't worry about what this person is doing. Worry about what's going on in the world around you, because that's going to have a major factor in the years going forward. Your survival, where your money's going. You understand what I'm saying? We have all of this stuff happening, and everybody's more concerned about BET and all of that other stuff. And they really need to wake up, you know what I'm saying? Especially for this being an election year, and we're going to be dealing with somebody for the next 4 years after November. You know what I'm saying? It's been times where it was 4 good years. It's been times when it's 4 bad years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's looking like times that we don't even know what to expect right now.
Yeah, man, it's the unexpected of things, and like with media, like I watch the news. You gotta watch the news. I'm not gonna watch it all day, but
It's backdated. So the news that comes out that I've noticed lately is stuff that happened probably months ago or a while ago. It's rare that the current events is coming out the way they're supposed to be.
correctly.
basically.
Yeah, they could be pressing some on the media, but then it could be some more important that needs to be looked at. I look at it like that too, like a distraction. Okay, some more point going on than Kanye West, let's say, or whatever. What he
Who
doing.
cares about him and his
Like,
wife?
you
Right.
know.
Who cares if he's gonna work method? Let's find out about what's going on, like real-wise, and some of these people who came over here. Who are they? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why are they getting away? If you or I put our hands on a police officer, okay,
Yeah.
you know how serious the charges would be behind that?
They sending a lot of different people over here, which, like I said, with the vaccination. So they did all that. Oh, get a vaccination. You can't work. You can't do this. What? Few years later to let billions of people come over here with nothing, and you don't even know what they got or what they can spread.
Right. So.
It don't add up.
Right.
To me.
Right. So we dealt with bullies, we dealt with abuse of authority, and this is just on a higher level to where, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. You know what I'm saying? Some people got scared and just went and did what they did. But I feel you should listen to the older people. You see them people like, no, baby, no, I ain't doing it. because history have a thing of repeating itself. So this has happened before. You understand what I'm saying? And they have seen the repercussions behind it. So they actually know, what we are looking forward to by being bullied and pushed in those situations. And then you have the people that just want to be down. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. Like it's the newest, it's the coolest thing to do, and then they're gonna do it. Like with the ventilators, okay? Once they started talking about the ventilators, then everybody wanted to go on there.
Yeah.
And then it was people that was dying from it.
That's true.
Right.
It's going to be I think a good and a negative, and when it comes to a lot of stuff, you're gonna have people that gonna have a negative opinion, and some's gonna have a positive opinion. Somebody always gonna have something to say, and it might not work for me, but it could work for you. That kind of
That's
thing.
true, but then
when it comes to certain things.
What really comes to my mind with you being like, you are like an extended father because you got a big kid that done came through everything that we basically done been through these last few years. And then you got a newborn who's just starting that journey through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which has to be scary because I remember when they had kids in school.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
They took the socializing from them. They're doing remote training, remote learning and stuff. You know what I'm saying? How does that make you feel as a father? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, looking forward to that? I don't want to look forward to that.
Right.
Cause she's only she be 5 months. Yeah, she be 5 months on the 23rd. But I'm gonna teach her certain things. I'm gonna teach her a lot of things that I knew earlier. But she's only 5 months, so I got a little bit of time.
Right.
I'm definitely gonna be teaching her certain things, not just.
So it's not going to be the same experience because remember, our daughters are the same age. So
25, yeah.
Right. Remember when it was back then with them, it was really just like Soldier Boy and move with the right.
Yeah.
And then now it's like totally different. You don't even want to hear half the stuff that's coming out of the radio, the videos, it's just corruption all the way around the board.
Yeah.
How do I couldn't imagine, but then I could imagine because even though I don't have new kids, I got grandkids that's coming up in this stuff now.
Yeah, but as long as the younger, like, we teach them certain things, they'll stay in tune. We stay in touch with them. We teach them things, and
You think they're gonna listen and follow like we
listen? Nah, I mean, experience is the best teacher.
Right.
But they're gonna be like, dang, my pops told me this, like that. My granddad told me this. You was right.
Right.
You feel me? You can't get them so upset, but you gotta tell them, like, so they could come back like, dang, you was right. You should have listened.
We talking about remember when we was growing up, you could have a quarter, a dime, okay? And you could go get penny candy, Pulp annihilators, Pulp sunflower seeds, right? A bag of chips for 25 cents, not a bag of oil for $1. You know what I'm saying? Like,
now you paying $3 for a bag of chips.
Right, and it's like 3 chips inside of there. There's nothing in there, you know what I'm saying, but air.
Yeah, everything going up. Things are changing. We got no control of it, but we just gotta survive with it. Like, just in these times, whatever's going on, we stay in tune and they keep going. Rent going up, milk going up, eggs going up.
Yeah, it's not just like normal like it used to be. It used to be maybe like gas, one thing. It's like everything at one time, and then there's also the food. I've never seen this many recalls of food in my life. Okay, you can't even trust what you're putting inside your body these days.
No, you can't. That's why I say, like, the people pray. Like, pray because you don't know what they putting in your food, especially if you eat out, or even if we don't really know.
Right.
I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, I don't really know, so I pray. My grandma used to make me do that when I was a kid. You better pray before you eat your food. So I see why, because we don't know what's really in it.
it's good to bless your food anyway. So that's a good,
Yeah.
trait or habit to have. But the time that we on, I've never seen time like this before. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen a time where evil is really beating those type of people.
Try to. Yeah, yeah, you're right. It's a lot of stuff. Symbolization. They talk to you in spiritual language. Like I believe in that. You're seeing signs and this, on this, on that. That's just a different language, but
Yeah, there's a lot of
been going on
subliminal,
before I was
right?
born.
A lot of subliminal messages.
Yeah, the TV shows, and for people that's watching, I mean, that's another language they talk, because you got to think these symbols been here before you was born, and if you go back and look at history, you still see them now, and people use them. There's a reason for that, but I think
And those just the symbols that people see, because it's a whole bunch of symbols that's going on around that they don't even really notice, whether it's a hand gesture, whether it's a blinking eye.
and sometimes people don't even catch on to it. Some people know they there, but some people don't know. But I just look at it like that's talking the spiritual language, because these symbols or whatever been going on for years. People been using them, and it's 2024.
True.
You know?
Exactly true. I think things are getting exposed more than before. You know what I'm saying? This is like I don't know if this is the reality time. I forgot what the revelation time.
Revelations.
Yeah, but not. This is like the time of reveal or something. You know what I'm saying? Where before they can keep things under wraps for hundreds of years, thousands of years, and now things is coming out just so fast. You know what I'm saying? You never know what to expect on a daily basis.
No. Always come up with something, man. I say we stay in our own power. You got to know what's going on. Good research is good too, and listening to people that's older than you is too, because
Which they don't do, you know what I'm saying? I have young kids trying to bully me. And I'm like, really?
But then you got to be careful. I look at it like this, because you might not live to be that age. That's the thing. I'm not.
And that's the point of listening to your elders. And, you know.
Because you know, age. My grandmother told me this, God bless her dead. You this age, they on this shelf. Like, have that respect for them, especially if they giving you a good message. They on this shelf. Don't be disrespectful. Oh, you old. I might not live to be your age. Like you
and then it's insulting, because we're not old. You know what I'm saying? It's people that's 100 years old in this world, and you know what I'm saying. I would consider that like a goal or something that I'm trying to get to.
You wanna,
right?
Because I look at it like, nah. I was taught that when I was a kid. Don't disrespect older people, because they're on a higher shelf than you, and you might not live to be the age, which is true.
And not, disrespect is one thing, okay, but we talking more of like, if I seen you struggling, we talking more of just being aware and just being able to assist and help. Also, remember when we was growing up, it was a thing about crossing the old person across the street.
Oh, the respect, yeah. It ain't nothing like it is now. I mean, a person could see you. It could be your friend's mother. They see you doing something wrong. They gonna say something to you about it. You're gonna put your weed down. We used to put our weed down.
Everything.
Well, that's Miss Brown.
Right.
So we smoked it. I did the same thing, but it was just more respect, I think. We see somebody coming, we gonna be, oh, hold on, that's Miss Brown. Let's chill,
right.
y'all.
You curb it.
Till she walk by.
And then guess how Miss Brown felt? Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? She don't care what y'all doing.
Yeah,
okay? Right, because y'all just showed that respect right there.
Yeah.
But we in the era where they're gonna blow the smoke in Miss Brown's face, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna ask Miss Brown to hit it. You understand what I'm saying? So
yeah, they different.
Right.
I think what I see now, because now these kids, they calling themselves demons. Like, when I was growing up, I ain't never called myself that, but they would tell you, I'm a demon.
Yeah, the drugs bring it out of them,
flame.
right? The drugs bring it out of them.
But they don't, I see it like, I don't, look.
But it's, I mean, I can't fault them for admitting the truth because just like, you know, we look at babies and we say, oh, the baby, oh, it's demons is being reborn. And when I was saying about the babies, it'd be like, oh, they remind me of your grandfather. You know, it's your grandfather again, okay? It's a blessing. But at the same time, there's demons being born into this world too, okay? Some of these kids, right.
But that's I wanted to tune into that because if you listen, like these kids is calling themselves demons.
Right.
That's a harsh word to call yourself.
And then it's almost like
no, when they do it, they chilling. Yo, I'm a demon, man. Pass the weed to each other. I mean, growing up when I was young, we didn't call ourselves demons though. That's the thing. So.
And you don't put no labels on yourself, especially no harsh label like that. You know, experiments was done, and we've seen it done where we're growing up with somebody, and they just say, "Oh, he's stupid," and then that person, it sticks to them, that stigma. And they say, "Why you don't never answer a question in class?" "Oh, 'cause I'm stupid." You know what I'm saying? And so it's almost that same thing, but to a higher power level. Now you messing with witchcraft and a whole bunch of stuff that you're putting on yourself there. Right.
So I shake my head with when they come, especially when it comes to that to the younger people. I just say to myself like, wow, they don't know what they're tampering in. Like I don't even know. I have an idea, but that's just something different, man. But God bless the youth, the younger generation, you know?
Yeah, but they still need to be properly educated and just learn to follow directives like we have to learn. Don't follow behind, you'll find out. I love the saying, I don't want to find out because it's straight to the point, you know what I'm saying? And it's the truth. We see where we at now, so maybe we should give them
7 days a week.
Start it from the top again. We gotta give them a little minute, Charlie. You can't just hit them like that. Whenever you're ready, my brother. Let's give them a little taste of the music, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
If you're ready.
Yeah, we can get into
Right,
it,
and
man.
then we come back, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to cheat them.
All right, we're going to give the people what they need.
Right, I don't want to cheat them. Yeah, we ready.
High vibration music. 7 days a week. You know what it is. Going through the bullshit. 7 days a week. Ladies, fellas, East Coast, West Coast, 30 South. She got it. Now get it. Every day. Haters got nothing to say now. All I do is get money, go to the bank now. I know you tired and need a break now. I want everybody to dance and get down. The bullshit job, but you're not there now. My people get money and the shit is free now. People that didn't believe now. Going through trials every day. I'm here now. We will give you keys, but you get to put you out. A man give you money, but he put to call you out. The parents ain't there when drama come around. A kid will call hard and shoot at his child. People say they friends, but they really get down. Every time the bullshit going up around. People's love attention, man, tag crowd. She be with the homie, yo, get down. Ladies, fellas, East Coast, West Coast, 30 South. She got it. Now get it. Here we go. Let's stop. Every day was a hustle trying to make ends meet. Conversate on the phone about Preme. When I was broke, you ain't care about me. Stay outside, we on the VIP. Get twisted in the club, people on their feet. They don't care about the song, they only like the beat. If I sound like the records, don't hate on me. We gon' talk about my past, ain't no change on me. Everybody in their mama wanna lean on me. My bitch the Saints is Pac and B.I.G. I'm gonna get a hold up, you not me. It's like I'm going through a trial 7 days a week. You my game, the walls got me off the street. Trying to be and repeat. Only God can control my destiny. Know you bitch niggas was gonna envy me. When I have to leave the earth, won't you dance with me? Ladies, fellas, East Coast, West Coast, 30 South. She got it. Now get it. Best style, Harlem, New York. New York, Bad Style, Harlem.
All right.
My man Ja Dread.
All right, I like that little drop you got at the end, you know what I'm saying? But the song really uplifted me, especially all this we talk about.
The energy, it pulled the high
Right.
vibration energy back up.
Yes, yes. So we needed that right there. Hopefully my viewers who are playing, catch your breath, because we got a couple more minutes to talk.
Yeah, this is legendary here, man. Ja
yes,
Dread and
yes.
Preme, man. I'm happy to be here, brother,
Yes,
man.
and you got some stuff coming up too, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you invite me to your set once, I don't want to blow it up, but once you get everything rolling and get your training and stuff, because you coming in here also.
Yeah, man.
Welcome you.
I appreciate it, man. It's about we gotta stick together with each other, man. It's either now or never. Like you were saying, they coming in.
Right.
People's coming in. We don't know. So, like I said, I come out for you. So the people, I'm not coming out the house like for anything or just anybody. It gotta be being creative, man.
Right.
That's where I'm at. Birthdays too, I do that, but I'm really more of a homebody at this point. Like I don't want to get caught up in the different energies and stuff.
We know what it's about, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't like it changed. You know what they used to tell us, if you hug in the street, you know what I'm saying? You leave and go and come back, and the streets is going to be there, and someone else is going to be there hugging. You know
Exactly.
So it's that type of situation. We can't forget to shout out Jay Cuts, his new show.
Oh yeah,
Johnny, his new show.
Shout out to Johnny, Jay Cuts. Y'all tuned in to Meaning of Life. Y'all tune in to Ja Dread show too, man. Just keep watching, cause things gonna get better, man. You know, each day.
All the way up. We're about to turn it up, and I'm glad you said that, because I got so many things I'm working on, so I got some special things coming up for them. So look forward to that. I'm heavy more into the art. I have a new art show that's coming, so look out for that. I've been saying that for a while. It's really coming. It's really coming.
Yeah, man. Send me these things. The shout out's going to change, man. I like that shirt. Change. Always change your ways or whatever. Each year, like, try to change, because that's really living, man.
And it's what
It's
growth.
really living.
It's what growth. We can't do. You talked about growing up and those times, but we couldn't be the same person we were being now. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And expect people to have the respect that they have. With growth comes the respect for wisdom.
Yeah.
Those different things. You understand what I'm saying? Did you forget to shout out?
Did I forget any shout outs? Shout out to my first Danae, Genesis, my family, my fiance, Jay Cuts. I'm gonna shout out you too for having me on this show, brother. I can't forget you.
What's the new baby name? What's the new baby name? Because I hear powerful names all around the board over there. You know what I'm saying?
Genesis.
Okay.
And the beginning. The oldest one is I call it that's Danae Janasia. She's shout out to her too. You know what I mean? Two daughters.
Right, which is hard.
You know
what I'm saying? In this world, you need two guns with those two daughters.
Exactly. Well, she got a lot of big family. I got a lot of love and support, you know, when it comes to family, you know?
Right.
And stuff. But we got music is coming.
Yeah, we definitely got to bring you back so we could bring more music. I definitely want the New York anthem here, and we got to tell more of your story. You know what I'm saying?
The New York, you keep talking. He keep talking about the New York, so that'll be next when I come back over here. Maybe we could play the video.
Yeah.
I'll do both.
Yeah.
New York. You know, that's playing. It's on YouTube.
That too. Where they can find you at, and where they can find your music at.
You can follow me on Instagram, Hameen5Dowlin. Hameen5Dowlin on Instagram. On YouTube, I got Hameen Dowlin, and it's Preme 0310 on YouTube. Shout out to Intel too, second generation Woo. I work with him and Staten Island. Yeah, shout out to Staten Island too, man. Met some good people.
Right, and then we can talk about production. We just got love for the clouds right now.
Yeah, Intel, he does the visual for my videos. Shout out to him. He's real good. You know, we like teamwork make the dream work. We working, man, and you know, we really supporting each other and trying to become bigger, man. Being creative, man. That's what it's about. Whatever, you know, music, whatever it is you do, just keep being creative. You could clean floors, like that's doing something, you know.
Right. There's somebody that some coffee. You understand what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, man.
Starbucks, like everybody knows that. So sky's the limit, what I tell people. And don't limit yourself to what you can do. Everybody must realize we are somebody. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
We are somebody and we are individuals. I'm not gonna come and try to do Preme job. Preme not gonna come and try to do what y'all do. Right. But we can still come together, you know what I'm saying, and collaborate and make it even bigger than what both of us are doing.
Exactly. Instead of putting out the fire, we're gonna make the fire bigger for bigger and better things.
Right.
You know,
and open the door for the youth and just show them you can do this also, because that's what they need to see, and that's what stagnates them on the times. They don't believe because they're not free.
Yeah, man. God bless this generation. You know, the new generation coming up. You know, but,
right? Because they are the future, so you know, we have to guide them because we won't have no future if we don't, basically.
Exactly.
We forgot everything.
Shout out to my mother Isis.
Right.
My pops Rich. I thank God to still have them or whatever like that. But we working, you know.
Right.
Music.
We need a show for that too, not to cut you off, but we need a whole show for that, because you see, we was just in the mix of a conversation.
Yeah.
And we was gonna bring it to the show, but we didn't even get there.
It's 2024, from the era that we come from, to still be creative and making music and healthy, like that's just a blessing, man.
Right.
You know, we survived these times.
And we make old people look good, so we old.
Exactly, man. Like, you know, but it's with respect though. You know, the younger people, they respect me, you know. Hey, what's up, OG? You know, respectfully though. So, you know.
All right, they're telling us to wrap it up, so we got another 30 seconds to chat, and then, you know.
Peace. Tune in. More to come. My man, Ja Dread.
Yes.
I'll be back, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, I'm glad you made it, and you see how fast it go. You know what I'm saying? But we still got another 10 seconds before it drops.
New York, I'm definitely gonna the next time or whatever like that. I'm definitely gonna do that one. That was NYC.
All right.